Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Actually, it might not be that short. This is a fairly heavy box, and it was sent by BladeHQ. I think I know what's in here, but if it's just what I thought it was, then I don't think it would be this heavy. So maybe there's some surprise stuff in there. Anyways, thanks so much to BladeHQ for sending this in. I will link BladeHQ and the contents of this package right down in the description so that you guys can check it out if you want to. I'm sure that you're familiar with BladeHQ. But if you're not, check them out. They, I'm sure you could guess there are knives there. Not sure what else to say. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Boy, he sure does make himself laugh a lot. Yeah, I do. I think that's probably me coping with the otherwise silent awkwardness. You know, that would fill the time. Sorry. All right, we got a sweet. Ooh, I like that. Little BladeHQ disassembly mat. I guess that's what I'm going to use it for. It has to be because of the slots for the... That's pretty cool. Maybe I should take it out of the package instead of... Yeah, you can never have too many of these. I mean, you can, but I mean, if you're watching my channel, you probably got what most people would define as too many knives. So why not too many disassembly mats, right? Have as many as you want. Okay. Let me get out these boxes. Oh, whole bunch of stuff, and a lot of peanuts, which I will reuse. So we have. Did you guys send me the Q-bit? I mean, so Civivi sent me this. I'll open it up anyway because this is a cool knife, for sure. I don't know. By the time you're watching this, you may have seen my unboxing of it. You might even have seen the review of it, but I'll go ahead and unbox it anyway. Different variants. Oh, that's a Damascus variant. The one that I had was not the Damascus variant, so that's cool, right? Yeah. So these kind of, this one's a little bit better. Maybe. Yeah. A little bit. Sometimes when you push all the way down on these, they get stuck, right? But pushing down about halfway, you get it. I talk about this in the unboxing and review, honestly, of this knife and other aluminum button locks, because I think that might have something to do with it. But the main purpose of this video are these, which many of you have been talking about, and about 500 of you have sent me pictures of on Instagram. Life does not come pre-sliced. That is true. All right, so the first one here, so what these are, yeah. So what these are Begg designs, and if you remember these, right, these were customs, wildly expensive, and today are extremely hard to get your hands on, and even if you can get your hands on them, they are wildly expensive. Then Begg did the Steelcraft series, which I believe was manufactured by Riot, and substantially less expensive, but still at multiple hundreds of dollars. I remember having a couple of knives, actually, from the Steelcraft series. And then now here finally we have yet another attempt to, you know, bring these back and dramatically reduce the price. Now I think these are still fairly expensive, but wow, the who's doing these? Holy crap. Yeah, that's I don't know if I was expecting them to not be. Who's the OEM? Wow, the action is really nice. Carbon fiber inlays, and then we have, I don't know, this looks like maybe some sort of wood. And then G10. And then we have satin finished, I feel like it's D2. Does it say? These will be linked. I am certain that by the time you're watching this video, these are available on Instagram. I'm sorry, BladeHQ. The action is really good. Is this the Kwaiken, or it's meant to be like the Kwaiken? I guess. Seriously, the action is phenomenal. Really, really nice. And then the other one, I believe, is the Astio. Boy, They really did a good job matching. I mean, because there's a custom Astio on this channel, like a very old video of this. D10 is perfection. Holy crap. Now, guys, I'm pretty sure this is steel, G10, and D2, right? We'd all love for these to be in budget territory, but I don't think they are. And while I don't like to see D2 priced super high, the pivot action is really, really good. It's this one is a little bit tighter, but it's not grindy. It's very consistent, and I think it just is. It's just breaking in. The D10 on this is really nice. There is an enormous amount of detail in both the blade and the handle compared to a, today's budget knife, right? Think of a $50, $60 knife, the most amazing that you've seen. Even stuff from Miguron, right? Great, but there's nowhere near the amount of detail in it. I gotta study these, and I also need to go back and look at the price tag again, because I know that they are not, they're nowhere near the Steelcraft series versions that were made by Riat, and obviously nowhere near the multi-$1,000 customs. The Astio that I showed, I want to say that was $1,800 to $2,400 back 5 years ago, right? That is really, really cool. I was a little bit nervous. If BladeHQ is watching this video, I was a little bit nervous because I hadn't actually talked with anybody about the execution of these things. They looked really good, but I thought, especially after looking at the price, I thought they had better be really, really nice in every other department. And boy, they are. This is really, really nice. Pretty big, thick piece of G10, steel sub. It's a frame lock, but the frame is G10. This, if you look up the original Astio and Bodega and some other models, you'll see that Begg has done something similar here with the entire lock bar. But we've even got like the ball bearing at the end of the clip here. I'm gonna guess that this is all, like the clip and everything has got to be all, yeah, the clip is steel. We have a G10 backspacer, nice G10 on the front. Not sloppy or flat, these are contoured, right? Now do we have, this is solid G10 on the inside, probably some steel for the bearings. You got a little bit of a pivot collar there. Really nicely finished blade. Looks like even hand rubbed satin there on the blade. Machine satin on the swedge. Then we have a compound grind that's good looking. I'm not sure, it depends on who made this. I'm not sure that this would be possible to make and then sell in budget territory. Now that doesn't necessarily mean, again, I have to take a look at the price again after this video. By the time you guys are watching this video, I will have obviously seen it because I have to link these knives down in the description, right? But let me spend some time with these and I will absolutely give you my thoughts on them. That's pretty cool. I like this a lot more than I thought that I would. This one in particular is crazy smooth. That one is already dropping shut. And I have no doubt that the Astio will as well. Well, thank you very much to BladeHQ for letting me check these out. I love the aesthetic of the Astio. If that's actually the Astio, I can't remember. Watch, I said Astio this whole video. Watch it not be the Astio. It's hard to remember, right? After 3,000 uploads. Okay, that's going to be pretty much it from me today. Like I said, check these knives out at BladeHQ. They'll be linked in the description. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.